everyone. Welcome to the very first full episode of DeveLeap. I am Renju and I'm really excited to finally sit down and talk to you today. I want to start with a question for you. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, how can I actually build a career that helps people? Or do I have to choose between passion and a paycheck? If yes, then this episode is for you. I remember asking myself the same question a few years ago. And the answer led me to explore a word I had heard of but didn't fully understand: the development sector. So many of us use the word development sector, but how many of us actually know what it really means? Now, when you hear the word development, what comes to your mind? For some, it might be big roads, tall buildings, or metros. For others, it might be schools, hospitals, or jobs. And you are not wrong. Development can mean all these things. But one thing to keep in mind is that it's not only about huge buildings and highways, but also about people, about making sure no one is left behind, that every child gets a chance to go to school, that families have clean drinking water, that communities can stand on their own feet. Let me ask you this: have you ever walked through a village where kids were carrying water pots for kilometers instead of carrying school bags? Or seen families struggling because they don't have a proper toilets at home? These are not just problems. They are signs of gaps in development. And this is exactly where the development sector steps in. In simple words, imagine society is like a big garden. In this garden, there are weeds. Things like poverty, lack of education, health problems, gender inequality, climate change. The development sector is like a group of gardeners who come together to fix these issues so the garden can grow beautiful. And here is the part that surprises most people: it's not just about charity, it's a professional field with real jobs, real skills, and real opportunities. And the best part, it is growing fast, which means it needs you. So now you might be wondering, okay, who are these gardeners? Who actually works in this sector? Let me give you a few examples. First, we have the government. They create programs and schemes to help people. For example, India's midday meal scheme, which provides free lunch to school children and encourages education. Or the Ayushman Bharat, which offers health insurance to millions of families. Then we have the non governmental organizations. You have probably heard of them as NGOs. These are organizations that work directly with people on education, health, environment, and so on. Then, of course, we have international organizations like UNICEF or the World Bank. They bring in funding, expertise, and ideas from across the world. And here is something interesting: corporate also play a part. Today, businesses are required to spend some of their profits on social good. This is called CSR, or corporate social responsibility. That means more projects and more jobs. And we have social enterprises and startups as well. These are businesses that also solve social problems. For example, a startup that makes eco friendly sanitary pads and at the same time trains rural women to produce them. Cool, right? So, when you put all of this together, you realize it's a whole ecosystem. And that means there is space for people with different talents and skills. Now, let's get to the exciting part. What can you actually do in this sector? Well, it depends on your interest and personality. If you love organizing things and running projects, you can go into program management. If you are into research, writing, and influencing decisions, then policy and research could be your space. If you love being with people, spending time in communities, then fieldwork and community engagement is for you. Passionate about campaigns and raising awareness, then you can work in advocacy. If you are more specialized, you could be a counselor, a mental health expert, or a trainer. And if you are creative, you can work in communications and fundraising, telling stories, making videos, handling social media. So basically, whether you are analytical, empathetic, or creative, there is a corner in the development sector that fits you. Now, let's be honest. There are some big myths about this sector. Let's bust a few. Okay? Myth number one, there is no money here. Well, that's not really true. Many of the established NGOs, international agencies, CSR foundations, and even a few public sector jobs actually offer stable professional salaries. So, yes, you can pay your bills and create impact. Myth number two, you have to be a social work graduate to enter this space. No, not at all. This sector is like a it needs all kinds of skills. Management graduates, lawyers, psychologists, economists, even IT and data science professionals. There is a role for everyone. And myth number three, probably the most common one. Oh, it's just volunteer work, right? Volunteering is definitely a great way to step in. But the truth is, there is a structured career path, there is growth, there are designations, and yes, there is a future here. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. There are challenges. Sometimes the impact is slow, sometimes the funding is uncertain, and sometimes you have to work in tough conditions. But here's the thing, the rewards are incredible. Imagine seeing a child go to school for the very first time, or a woman finally gaining financial independence, or a village getting clean water because of the efforts that you have made. That feeling, that sense of purpose is something no corporate paycheck can buy. So, if you are listening right now and thinking, okay, this sounds exciting, but how do I start? Don't worry, we are here. This is just the start. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes where we will take you through the endless opportunities in the development sector. And if you are enjoying the podcast, don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey. And if you have any queries or suggestions, we would love to hear from you. You can reach us on Instagram and LinkedIn. Just search DeveLeap Podcast. Until next time, this is Renju signing off. Stay curious, stay aware, and keep leaping forward.